Hey there, it's Chris. So glad you're back. And in this short video, we're going to talk about the second letter in the P.L.A.Y framework. And this is a framework for you if you want more out of work, more technical success, more business success, more success for your customers, and your company's kind of stuck. And by the way, most companies are a little stuck, so you're not alone. So this is the second of 4 videos. You want to check out all 4? Yes, you can use any one of them, but working together, this is an amazing framework for success and more fun at work and just more enjoyment, which who doesn't want that, right? So we'll talk about L, and this is leverage gamification. So one thing I notice in a lot of corporations, and you probably have seen it too, is you'll be in a meeting and really those that are loud and those that are extroverts kind of win and dominate the meeting. And if you happen to not be loud that day or not as loud as a loudest person, or you're an introvert and you've got ideas but you're not sure how to bring them forward, or your communication style is just different, there's a massive miss in that meeting of not pulling all of those things in. So a simple way to help do that is gamification. And all of these things are little small tweaks, by the way, that you just add in. And it's not this giant framework you have to do or giant RFP or big spend or anything. So 2 examples I'll give you of gamification that make a big difference. One is a really simple one using a tool that generates Jeopardy-like things of your status reports. And so instead of going Charlie Brown voice with a status report that no one listens to, right? Then you're surprised by people didn't know what you said because they were all checked out. This gamifies it and gets people engaged. And it sounds so simple and maybe even silly, but I can tell you every place I've seen this deployed, people actually start demanding that the status reports are that way. And they actually remember because they're engaged. It's not a one-way conversation. You've got people engaged and actively competing in different ways. And with an online game format like a Jeopardy, you actually can pull more people into it, introvert and extrovert. Even if they're not hitting the buzzer and answering it, they're more actively involved than a one-way transactional sort of thing. All right, that's one example. One that's a little bit bigger, but also really not that hard to put together, is you create an event. Now, most people think about a hackathon, but I want to tell you about a slightly different event. This comes from Tableau. They do data visualization work, BI and all that sort of thing. And they have something called an Iron Viz, where the competition people there can speak. It's similar to Iron Chef, right? They get an ingredient and then an hour they have to make this amazing thing and then people judge it. Well, just imagine doing that with data and data visualization. So you get a data set, you have an hour to make a visualization, tell a story about it, and then you're judged. It's a fun way to be competitive. It's time boxed a lot tighter than a hackathon. Nothing wrong with a hackathon, but sometimes it's only for developers and maybe product owners. You want to pull more folks in. So think about, could you do an Iron Viz or an Iron Chef type event with a project that you've got coming? And you present maybe a subset of data or a subset of requirements. Folks have an hour to come up with ideas, and then those are shared with executives directly. It's a fun competition. It brings a lot of ideas out quickly. It builds engagement really quickly. People love doing it, and they'll talk about it again and again. Yes, you need some setup, right, to put the data or the things together and the components and to make the game out of it and structure it a little bit, but we're not talking more than a few hours. You know, a couple folks could put that together for you, and maybe you do it every quarter with different things and you can come up with different rewards for it. But I promise you it will build engagement, it'll build fun, there'll be some ideas brought to market really quickly, and you'll just enjoy doing it. So I encourage you to add one of those or some other type of gamification. There's a reason kids say recess is their favorite class. It's not because they don't love school, it's the notion of play is inherent in our DNA. We love any notion of play, and work can be so devoid of that. And this is a play that brings ideas forward, that builds productivity forward, that brings the customer forward. It's not just goofing off and playing a video game. It's engaged work and focused work, but it's done in such a lighthearted way that you will have lots and lots and lots of folks engaged in it and moving forward. And I've said engaged a lot because it's a big word, and the Gallup poll talks about only 33% employee engagement, which means 2/3 of your employee time is kind of wasted, right? And that's not good for anyone. So that's L, that's the second of the P.L.A.Y framework. If you're interested in talking about this, be happy to. My Instagram is Innovation Enabler, or if you saw this on a social media post, just comment and we can certainly chat about it and making it work for you. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to tune to A&Y. They're next, and putting these all together, this play framework, you'll get more done, you'll be more productive, and you'll have a heck of a lot more fun. If that sounds good, we'll see you in the next video.